Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video we're talking about Nintendo Switch, PSP, GameCube and Wii and more. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off here talking about Nintendo Switch emulation on PC with Yuzu, and the paid testing early access version of Yuzu has been on fire. So just the other day, Yuzu released early access version 3600, which slightly improves performance in games. They do say results may vary based on your system configuration, but they were able to get about a 5% performance improvement on high-end systems. And on top of that, Early Access 3601 adds in some new recompression settings you might be interested in if you have a lower-end GPU. They say here, BC1 provides lower quality textures, but saves 8 times more memory than uncompressed. With the GTX 750, they were able to achieve playable speeds in Tears of the Kingdom. And BC3 provides medium quality textures while saving 4 times more memory than uncompressed. They say this option doesn't produce a significant downgrade of texture quality compared to BC1, and is the recommended option for 4GB to 8GB GPU users. But wait, there's more, because why wouldn't there be? Early Access 3602 adds support for writing amiibo data with the Pro Controller and Joy-Con. And there's also some texture fixes here for Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Early Access 3604 has a bunch of Steam Deck improvements, and Early Access 3605 fixes audio slowdown in some games. BSOD Gaming claims that Tears of the Kingdom is running damn close to full speed and perfectly rendered on the Steam Deck, and if you take a look at the screenshot, the CPU is sitting at about 52% utilized. Now for those of you wondering, it takes about 2 weeks give or take for Yuzu early access changes to get rolled over to the mainline build. They have to be tested and ensured they're working correctly. Sometimes they get rolled over in a day, sometimes in a few days. You'll have to pay attention, and as soon as I know more, you'll know more. And speaking about knowing more, next up we're talking about Nintendo GameCube and Wii emulation with Dolphin. And Dolphin just released a massive progress report for February, March, and April. As always, I'll drop a link to the progress report in the description below, and I do recommend checking it out. There's a lot of great information in there. We've covered a lot of this in previous videos, but at the same time, it's nice to see everything all in one place. For starters here, for Android, they've revamped controllers quite a bit. You can change controller settings while emulation is running. You can save and load input profiles. You can map your device's accelerometer and gyroscope to whatever you want, not just Wiimote motions. And Dolphin no longer mixes up buttons and axes that have the same ID. They've also got brand new post-processing shaders and a whole bunch more. Again, check out that progress report. Like the Yuzu development team, the Dolphin development team has been extremely busy. And speaking about busy, next up we're talking about PSP emulation with none other than PPSSPP. And PPSSPP has just released version 1.15.4. You might want to pick this one up. It's got a number of small improvements and bug fixes. And speaking about bug fixes, next up we're talking about a whole bunch of emulators on Android from Robert Broglia. One of them is free and the rest are paid, although you can get the paid ones for free as well. There are a number of different updates here, and some more notable ones in my opinion are fixing dropped frames on some devices, and also adding per content overclocking support for the NES. All of these emulators are open source, and if you wanted to check them out, I'll drop a link to the GitHub in the description below. If you wanted to support the developer, you can buy them right on the Google Play Store. And speaking about developer, next up we're talking about the Commodore 64. Games That Weren't have posted a very interesting article that I think a lot of people will be interested in. Lost for 33 years, we are pleased to announce the recovery of the original abandoned development of Total Recall for the Commodore 64. There's a full story and download at their website. I'll drop a link to it in the description below. And speaking about download, next up we're talking about a brand new demo you can download called Aqua Ippan. I'll drop a link to it in the description below. This is a brand new shoot 'em up and platformer heavily inspired by Metal Slug. If you like Metal Slug, you might be interested in this one. If you like unique games, you really might be interested in this one. And speaking about unique games, last up here we're talking about the 1997 Spaceworld version of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And apparently Tim Stamper owns a copy of this thing, and possibly the only copy in existence. This, to my knowledge, has not been dumped in that current condition, and unfortunately we don't know if it's ever going to be dumped. I do know though that Tim is receiving quite a bit of heat for posting this image and not dumping the game. There are a lot of preservationists that would like to see this game dumped and like to get their hands on it. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.